Wanted to report, actually our meeting is tomorrow for Stop Waste, but we had our committee meetings 2 weeks ago, and we're talking about considering the process. It would be a 2-year process to look into expanding the plastic bag ordinance that has already been put in place in Alameda County. We've seen tremendous reductions in plastic bag litter, but it was a drought year, and we looked at stormwater catchment, and so it's a little hard to know. There are other measurements which include data collection of folks leaving grocery stores, and you'd be surprised, but they're not carrying plastic bags anymore. So there's been actually a tremendous change in behavior, not only around plastic bags, but as you know, paper bags cost 10 cents, and people aren't taking even as many paper bags as they were previously when plastic bags were around. So it just shows that people are bringing their own bags and also carrying things in their hands. So Stop Waste is just beginning to consider whether to increase the number of stores that are impacted by the ordinance. We right now have actually the smallest possible slice of stores. It's those that sell milk and other packaged goods. But it doesn't cover stores like Home Depot or Michael's, other big box stores that we have in Emeryville. We are now actually falling behind as other counties and cities pass more broadly reaching plastic bag ordinances. So it would be a 2-year process to look at this, and we'll be considering that tomorrow. I just wanted to give the council a heads up and city staff that it looks like a very well-defined process, which I'm glad for. And it would include first buy-in from all of the clean water programs, all the member agencies before we move forward in next year.
Okay, thank you.
I have a
Chief,
question on that.
Chief, would you advise them that the elevator's right over here?
There is an elevator.
Jennifer, I just have a question.
Okay.
State law just changed around this single-use plastic bags. So
It did.
Is the county trying to do something different than what was just signed into state law?
So state law actually gives local ordinances like ours a certain amount of latitude. There are only 2 things we can change now that the state law is in place because we already had something in place. We could change either the price of the paper bags or the reusable bags, and from 10 cents we had to raise it to 25 cents if we felt this wasn't being effective, but the Stop Waste recently decided at our last meeting that we wouldn't change the price of the reusable bags because we think it has been effective. It could be revisited in the future. So that's allowed under state laws to change the price. And then the second thing we could change under the new state law is the number of stores that are affected. So those are the only changes that could be made. San Mateo County, so there's kind of 3 categories. We have a limited number of retail that we include, then there's all retail, and then there's retail plus restaurants. And San Mateo recent ordinance is all retail. And then San Francisco has retail plus restaurants. And then certain cities have different levels. But we're now the minimum in a sense, and the state law is going to be the minimum. So if we want to remain leaders, I guess, in this sense, looking at this process for the next 2 years, I think makes a lot of sense. And you know, I am serving right now as president of the Stop Waste Board, but will no longer be that after November. And I just want to put it out to the rest of council to think about who might want to serve on that board. Of the 3 remaining, and then also whoever's elected. But I really value it, and I think these important decisions that have far-reaching effects. When I went to Uniqlo at Bay Street, they told me it would be 10 cents for a bag. And I said, really? You don't sell milk or, you know, other packaged foods? And they're like, oh no, it's the law, Alameda County. So we're having a ripple effect that's beyond even, I think, our intentions, which tells me that all retail might be a little less confusing as well.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's a discussion that's happening. I wanted to keep you apprised of that. And actually, Stop Waste staff will be meeting with our city manager and whoever this council decides to have serve on Stop Waste in the new year in January to have those conversations as well.
Thank you. Anyone else?